as you're starting to move through the jungle, it's going reasonably well. Like, you know where you're going, but nothing through the jungle, even if you know where you're going, is easy. It's always very muddy and hilly and slipping a lot and that kind of thing. But you manage to get through. And even before you get to the temple, you can actually first catch a glimpse of it from quite far off. You just see it kind of poking up above the trees in the distance. This huge, dark stone building. Even from the distance, looking at it makes you feel uneasy, though. You swear you can almost feel from like the dark stone like a revulsion towards you, like a hatred of life and warmth. And you keep moving towards it, and eventually you finally actually break through the trees into like a clearing in front of this like monolithic temple that kind of rises up out of the swampy jungle. And you stop in front of the temple, and one thing you immediately notice though is that the sounds of the jungle that you've been so used to hearing, like the frogs and the birds and other critters and everything, here next to the temple, it is completely silent. And you don't even see like any of the swarms of insects that normally follow on your progress. Actually, here, let me. And you can see the temple is covered with vines and moss, but all of it is in stages of death and decay as the jungle constantly tries to reclaim this foreign object, but seemingly is eternally thwarted. The temple and the ground around it is covered in decaying and rotting plant matter, as if the life from the plants is being sucked away by something. And a set of stone stairs leads up to the blackness of an entrance to the large structure, and you're getting like an intense feeling of malevolence and like immense power coming from the doorway. Laying on the stairs, though, you see a man. He's spread out on his back, laying across a few of the stairs, and he's rocking back and forth. He's wearing like a heavy hat with ear flaps, a very heavy and thick fur trimmed jacket, and fur lined boots, like the kind of gear you'd see for like extreme weather environments, basically. You don't see any weapons on him, at least from this distance, but he does seem to be mumbling something. And he seems to be in distress as he kind of rocks back and forth.
Um, I call out to him.
I go up to him and say, kind of shake him on the shoulder. Hey, you okay?
Yeah, so as you walk up to him, first thing before you actually get to him, you notice he looks very distressed, like his skin is like super pale. And most notably, his eyes, they're just pitch black, like orbs of pure darkness, like so much so it almost seems like they're pulling the light out of the air around him. And like if Cal's gonna yell to him, and you're like kind of walking up to him as this happens, you see him kind of like look up in surprise, and he starts kind of shuffling back up the stairs in fear. And he's looking around like in your general direction as you approach, but it's like he's looking through you. He's not actually like focusing on like you, Edric, as you come up, even though he's kind of looking in like your general direction and kind of like frantically looking around.
Like, I hold out my hands, kind of, palms out. I was like, hey, it's okay. What's wrong?
Yeah, and so you hear him like, who, and like he, as you were approaching him too, you could hear him like repeating pretty much the same thing about like, not worthy, not worthy. And then like as you approached him, he stops, and he's like, who?
My name's Edric. You look kind of out of sorts and kind of out of place. What's wrong?
Edric wasn't worthy. I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't strong enough.
I don't say anything more, but I don't move towards him or away. I just kind of look back over my shoulder at the rest of the group and kind of shrug.
Yeah, as you do that, like he basically isn't repeating like verbatim the same thing, but you just kind of hear him saying the same thing over to himself, the same kind of thing. Like I wasn't worthy. I'm not strong enough.
Who's not worthy? Worthy of what?
I wasn't strong.
Is there anything else on the stairs?
No, you can just see him. As far as there's just like foliage and like vines and stuff, kind of trying to crawl up the stairs, all looking very in different phases of decay and dying. But other than that, you just see him.
Does he look like fucking the what was it, like? Does he look like he's decaying with his surrounding, or does he look like he came from the temple, I don't know, a moment ago and just plopped down?
Like, it's hard to kind of judge because it's like plant matter versus a person. But he looks really like gaunt, and his skin is super pale, almost like the life has been like sucked out of him.
It's not
Okay.
like the shadow effect or whatever.
No, it definitely is different from that.
I just asked him immediately, like, what is your name?
He just keeps repeating like the same thing.
I'm gonna, with the butt of my sword, I'm gonna like kneel down, lift up his chin with the butt of my sword. Can I do? I'm not proficient in medicine, but I do have healing. So could I do like a medicine check?
Jack, yeah, do a medicine roll. Yeah, so you haven't really seen this before, so it's kind of hard for you to judge what it is. But kind of like I was saying before, the best way you can figure is it looks like he's just had like the life essence like pulled out of him. Like he just looks drained, basically.
I repeat that to the group. Yeah, this man appears to have has his life force drained from him. Mister, is this something that's happened to you in the temple?
Temple. I could have been stronger. Could have done more. Wasn't good enough.
I'm gonna like kneel down next to him, and I'm just gonna start like forcefully searching through his pockets.
Yeah, you can find some rations. You find 25 like silver pieces, and he has like on his back you can see he has a survival kit, like a bedroll and like a, what do you call it, like the eating
Mess
the
kit.
the mess kit kind of thing, like a bunch of stuff that looks like it's for like survival kind of stuff that he could use to live out in the wilderness basically. But like you don't find any weapons on him, and that's pretty much all you find on him.
Is there like no identifying information, no symbols, nothing like that?
No, just basically like the basic gear that you found, and then he has on this like cold weather, like heavy cold weather furry gear.
He's human, right?
Yes.
Sounds like a scav.
Can I do a nature check and like inspect the vines and plant stuff on the temple itself? Like see if it seems unnatural in some way to me.
Can I assist with that? Only because I'm not trying to like metagame or anything. Only because of my oath. I have Oath of the Ancient.
Also,
Yeah, my
sure
Oath of
the
the
guy's
Ancient
not
is like
fucked
very
up
nature
just because he's
oriented.
wearing like winter gear in the jungle. Maybe we just take off his jacket, he'll be fine.
He just he's like, oh, thank God. No, he actually doesn't look like he's sweating even, actually. He's very pale and his skin is like, he doesn't look like he's hot, actually. Damn.
I'll describe that, but I want to do something afterward.
Yeah, so if you're kind of poking at the vines and stuff, similar to the guy actually in the sense that they look like normal vines, but they like kind of, I would say it looks sort of like the life has been sucked out of them, but with that roll you can pretty much tell they're normal vines. Like you can see they're just like growing up from the forest, the jungle, as would happen normally. but they just keep dying off because it looks like they're just like their life is just getting sucked out of them, basically. Like they're not able to survive close to this temple.
Hey, Rin, take a look at this. Maybe you can see something, but you shouldn't be dying like this. Can you sense anything?
Yeah, I just kind of look the vines. I say, pull him back from the steps, get him away from here. Give me 10 minutes. And then I kneel down and I just start to cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay.
Let's bring him down off the steps.
Yeah, like when you first touch him, like he kind of jerks in surprise, like he didn't see you there, and he like fights really weakly, but then he just sort of gives up and lets you just sort of drag him down the stairs.
If I wave my hand from his face, does he actually like see me?
He doesn't make any indication that he sees your hand if you wave it in front of his face.
I'll offer him a drink.
He doesn't take it. Like if you like alcohol drink or water drink.
Yeah, alcohol drink.
Well, yeah. So if you like put it up to his lips, he just kind of like keeps mumbling. Seems like he's getting weaker. Like he's just, you can't really even understand what he's mumbling at this point. And his lips just sort of like don't even make an effort to drink it.
Is any wounds on him?
No, I mean he's got his clothing on, but like the clothing looks like it's perfectly intact. Like you don't see any blood or any gashes on any of this clothing. He just looks super pale. Nothing would happen in 10 minutes while you're casting the Detect Magic.
Do I hear anything?
No, like it's perfectly quiet around here. Like you don't
No
hear any
birds?
animals. No birds, no animals. You hear nothing. Like you hear the sound of like the wind blowing through the trees around you, and that kind of thing. But you don't hear any like living creature. So your ritual finishes, and you would see the whole temple is imbued with magic.
What's
You would ask
probably
that.
necromancy.
Yeah, necromancy.
All right,
As
the
far
whole
as
temple is?
yeah, the whole temple is that you can see anyway. As far as the guy goes, you don't see like he doesn't detect anything magical on him.
I'm gonna walk out back into the forest and see if I can like turn over a rock or just like find bugs or beetles that I can just grab a handful of or a couple of.
Yeah, like if you go maybe like 50 feet back out into the forest, you can start to find stuff like that. You can grab some beetles from under rock, no problems.
All right, I grab a handful. I walk back to the temple. I'm holding them in my hand and I'm walking up the steps slowly. And I want to see what their reaction is.
They're still moving around in your hand. They don't seem to be affected by anything.
All right, and they're not getting affected by the magic?
Not like, no, I mean, they're still moving around just as much as they were before.
Yeah.
And like, as you move up the stairs, you don't really feel anything. You definitely feel like an unease for certain from this place, but like you don't feel any like ill effect anyway from it other than just like the natural kind of ill feeling from this place and distrust and unease.
All right, somewhat near the top of the steps, I'm just going to drop them on the ground and let them do whatever, and I'll come back down.
Yeah, they just start scattering and disappearing into the rocks and crevices of the stone.
And I would say the whole temple has an aura of necromancy around it. And I point to the guy. He's seemingly unaffected, or there's no lasting effects. Well, I mean, obviously there's lasting effects, but not magical.
I want to look for tracks. Like if I see any footprints that aren't ours or his.
Yeah, so do a perception roll because you're actually looking for it. I know you have the insane 19. Okay, you're doing 19. So yeah, you do see steps like from footprints in the like the mud and stuff with along the steps that lead up into the temple.
And they just go in, not come out.
Just go in.
Okay.
Has it been raining?
And we know that Dumal was here, or we heard that he was here, right?
So to go over what happened, basically, well, actually, I don't think you know, actually. I don't know how much Rin told you, but because I think Rin knows that...
I would have said I would have said Doombala came to this temple to gain some power, and I would have said I don't know if he's still there.
Yeah, that pretty much covers it.
And do I see, like, can I tell how many different footprints there are?
You can't tell exactly the number, but it looks like it was like more than 5. It wasn't just one person.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll say that there's multiple footprints going in, but none coming out.
Has it been raining in the last day or two?
Not the last 2 days, no.
Okay, so nothing has washed this away.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. Like the day that Doombala betrayed you, Cody Finger betrayed you. He it was it's been this
Bastard.
this is the 4th day. So it's been like 3 full days, and this is the 4th day. And it rained like the day after that happened, but it pretty much stopped raining after that.
I'm gonna kneel down next to the guy. I'm gonna clap like really loudly right next to his ear.
He doesn't make any reaction to it. He's just mumbling still, like really quietly, like you can't even understand what he's saying anymore.
All right, then I'm gonna very forcefully take my sword, put it to his neck, and shove him down to the ground. Like I'm gonna cut his neck. I want to see his reaction to that.
So
Whoa,
like,
whoa.
yeah, if everybody has stopped, but we'll go with this reaction. Basically, when he doesn't seem to react to the sword, but like when you push him down, he kind of like his eyes are still open, but there's just these like black orbs, so you can't really tell what he's even looking at. And he gives kind of a little grunt when you push him down, and he kind of squirms a little bit, and then he just sort of goes back to just mumbling and not really having really any reaction to it. So kind of very subdued reaction.
I'm gonna draw blood. I'm not gonna like cut his throat, but I want to draw blood in a spot that's just like not gonna like seriously injure him. But I want to make it seem like I'm actually gonna cut his throat. I want to see if there's any reaction at all.
No, and like very little blood comes out. It just sort of like oozes out, like it's thicker than normal.
Yeah, I'll just stand back up and I'll say he's got no sense of self-preservation. Unless Kendrick or whoever can do something with him, I say we just leave him.
I agree. I think he is more dead than alive.
We can't just leave him out here by himself.
What do you propose? I believe we cannot save him. I think he is too far gone.
I just shrug.
Tie a leash around him and attach him to Kendrick Jr.'s little thing.
All right, I just say, while you decide, I'm going to scout out that temple. And then I call over my raven, and then I just like sit down or kneel down. And then I'll like directly take control of my raven and like fly up to the door of the temple. Unless anybody else wants to do anything, I'm just going to be scouting inside.
Here, I'll just bring everybody in there.
Drone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just like fly in and then like look around like at the doorway. And if there's nothing, I would fly in further and start looking around. Obviously, I would see all this.
Yeah, basically, as you fly through the threshold, there's just a massive cavernous room. Kind of eerie sounds echoing off the cold stone walls. Like there's a few torches seemingly that have been lit, seems like in the last few days, probably. And the illumination they give is kind of way less than you'd expect. It's like the air is kind of sucking the light out of them. Then there's just 2 walkways that lead down to a path that leads between 2 massive black pits on either side. And these, like on the either side of here, like here and those pits. And like you see, it seems like the lighting is enough to see further down into the pits, but about a foot down, it just turns into like pitch blackness, despite it seeming like you should be able to see further. And then a ramp leads up to a massive door on the far side of the room. And at the base of the ramp is a huge pile, about 15 feet tall, of bleached white skulls spread out and covering the entire bottom of the ramp. And then in this area here, you see on like a stone floored section is a massive black steel greatsword floating perfectly still with just its tip hovering like an inch off the ground. And the dark metal of the sword is sucking the very light out of the air around it, like dark mist swirling around the blade before being absorbed into it.
Okay, I'd like to fly around, just kind of looking at everything. And as I'm flying around, I'm voicing like as Rin. I can't see or hear like as my character, but I would talk and just say there's nothing inside, or I'd say there's no one inside. And I say, hold on though. And then I would kind of like land on the ground next to like before where it's going to start sucking light in, and just like stare at the sword a bit. I do like I don't even know what I would ask for. I want to do like an Arcana check, but I don't even know specifically what I would ask for. Yeah, you know what? I'll do. Can I do an Arcana check? Have I like seen anything like this remotely at all? Like some object that would suck light from around it? Any magical effect like this?
Yeah, you can do an Arcana check, just at normal. So yeah, with the 19, so you'd actually have some familiarity with this because you've come from the Shadowfell, and the Shadowfell, heck, like a lot of like the darkness, kind of quotey finger evilness of the Shadowfell comes from like the negative energy plane. And this kind of has that same sort of feeling, like this has some kind of connection to like the negative energy plane because of like darkness and like anti-life essentially from like the negative energy plane.
So would this actually hurt somebody to touch or be inside of?
It doesn't, like, you can't really know. There's just such a, like, the negative energy plane is for sure like a very bad place, but this is, you don't get the sense that this is like the negative energy plane. You feel like it has like a connection to it. Whether it would hurt you or not, you can't say for certain, but it doesn't like inherently, it isn't inherently something that would hurt you.
All right, I'm gonna just, as the raven, just like fly up into it and try and land on the hilt of the sword.
Yeah, so as the bird flies in, nothing happens. I don't know if you can actually, like, if you're feeling what it feels, but it doesn't feel anything strange. And when it lands on the sword, nothing happens. It just lands on the sword.
I mean, crows are pretty weak, or ravens are pretty weak, but I'm gonna make an attempt to move it.
It does not.
Yeah, okay. All right, I would just fly up. Oh, is that door up there is closed, right? Is there any?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Is there anything in here that resembles like the tablet I would have seen?
No, not in here. Like from the picture of it, it has the tablet definitely had a similar kind of style to what's in here, but you don't see writing on anything around here.
Okay. All right, I'd fly back out with or I'd just fly up on some perch with the crow. One
thing too is you do see over here on the left side, you see like a little camp, like very, very like you can see that there was like a little fire that was there, and like some foodstuffs around. You don't see anything else other than that, but you can tell that somebody had like a little camp going on there.
I would just fly up to some perch, like come back out of it, and I'd say, there's a strange sword in there. I'm not sure about it. And there's a small camp. People were here recently. It's probably safe to head in.
Probably.
I'd kind of direct the guy who was on the stairs, like back to the stairs, like sit him down, say, don't go anywhere, and then head inside.
We sent him in first.
Roll him in?
Roll him in.
Where was the camp you said? Was it here where I'm pinging?
There we go. That's the sword.
Nice. Fucking badass.
Yeah, where your cursor is, yep. So are you guys all going in?
Yeah, I will walk against the wall, like where I moved Cal, kind of like.
Yeah, like, so I'm not gonna put everybody in combat, but just sort of like, don't go crazy moving your characters all over the place. Like, move somewhere and then, or let me know where you're going and then move, and just don't go crazy with it.
Well, yeah, as I'm walking here, actually, I would tell Gregor, do you mind accompanying me? I want to inspect this campsite here.
Sure.
Okay, and as you get inside, hold on. There we go. Oh, that's too loud.
Yeah, I'll just like carefully follow Cal.
Yeah, so as you guys get in, that kind of unease that you had felt outside gets even more intense, to the point where you're pretty sure it's going to be very difficult to actually rest in here of any kind, like from a mechanics point of view, short rests or long rests. But as you walk down into this area, you can see that, there's like a little campfire, basically how I described it before. There's a fire that is out, but you can see there was a little fire there. And there's like some assorted food there. There's and you actually do see also like a little frog with its guts pulled out.
Does that, and that's here, right? Does that
Yep.
Does that scream Doombala?
I mean, I don't know. It's up to you to decide. It does
Okay,
look
no, I mean,
similar to
yeah.
like. It does look similar though to what you've seen him do with rituals with frogs before.
Are there any tracks leading from that campsite?
Do a perception roll.
I would ask
No,
Gregor,
I'll-
actually.
yeah.
Gregor, I believe you are good at this sort of thing.
I mean, like I was saying, if you're looking, roll, because I mean, you can roll higher than Gregor can with his passive.
That's true. That's true.
In fact, even Gregor can roll higher than his passive. Oh, damn. That's hilarious, though. It's actually this is you're not 20. So the both of you can see that there are tracks leading off. There's a bunch of tracks from the campfire where they were moving around, but then you do see some tracks. They only go to like right about there, though, and then they stop. And you also would notice, like, the ceiling is quite high. It's about 20, 30 feet up. And it's like a stone kind of archways. And you look up and you miss it at first, but then you notice that there's actually like some like handprints on the ceiling. It looks sort of like someone was like walking their hands across the ceiling.
Doombala was known to do that weird spider climb shit.
Yeah,
Sorry, where did you ping when you said Doombala had tracks?
Oh, they just sort of like, they're kind of around in this general area like where you are. But
Yeah.
We don't know what's Doombala.
yeah, true. But like around this general area. And so they'd go up to like, you see them stop right in front of, like right here, like right about there, around in that
I
area.
can't see your cursor anymore.
No, I actually turned it off. I realized that like it'd be kind of distracting with all this stuff that I'm doing. It's
I'm
probably
going
better for me just to ping.
I'm gonna retrace like his footsteps exactly.
Well, there's a bunch of footsteps. There's not just his.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna retrace like the footsteps that I think are his, like right where you pointed, like where his
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, so as you're standing there, like same thing as I was saying before, like these pits of blackness on either side of you are like unnaturally dark. This whole place is pretty dark, but the pits themselves, like looking into them, it seems like you should be able to see a lot further down, but it's like it goes like 1 foot down and it just turns into like pitch blackness. And the sword behind you, same kind of thing as I described before, just sort of sucking the light out of the air essentially, like, and into the sword as it just floats there perfectly still. And yeah, in front of you are just this huge pile, like 15 foot tall, of just bleached white skulls piled up.
That's what this is.
Yep, that's what that is.
Okay. I'm gonna take a javelin, and with the non-pointy end, I'm going to poke at the sword.
Let's see. I think from that you'd have to get closer to do that. Yeah, that'll be close enough. So yeah, as you walk into this darkness, you don't feel anything. Your vision gets a little more dark just because you're standing in like a bunch of where the light's getting sucked out of it. But when you poke it with the javelin, nothing happens. Like it's just like you're hitting a rock, basically.
I want to light a torch because I don't have dark vision. But I want
What?
to try the same thing with the torch. Just not necessarily touching the sword, but just sticking it into the distortion area.
Yeah, like as soon as you move the torch towards the darkness, it just sort of like it's still lit, but you can see it like significantly dims as the sword is sort of sucking the life, it's like sucking the light out of the torch. But other than that, you don't notice any like it doesn't make the torch go out. The sword itself still just stands there, floats there, I guess.
And I bring the torch back out. Does it like go back to normal?
Yeah, it just seems to be sucking like the light out of the air around it, basically.
I reach my hand into the area, the one not holding the torch.
No, don't feel any effect from it.
Pull my hand back out and say, oh, "That's weird."
Yeah, when you're close, it looks like it's a great sword. Just a like black steel great sword. Hasn't moved at all in the whole time that you've been here, and it's just perfectly still. Like it's floating there, but it isn't like hovering. It just is like as if it was on the ground, perfectly still.
Well, this may aid us in our adventure here. It may be a valuable tool, but I don't know. Maybe it is also not safe. Maybe it is a trap.
Just real quick, I'm gonna send my raven outside just to sit on the steps, and I want him to like call loudly and make a bunch of ruckus if anybody comes in.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. When he goes outside, it's just like it was before. The dude's still laying there, and it's still just as quiet. There's nobody out there at the moment.
Right.
I'd reach out and try to grab the sword by the hilt and try to move it.
As soon as you grab the hilt, everything suddenly goes black. Second.
For him or for all?
Yeah, but hold on. So as far as everybody else sees, you see Edric reach out and he grabs the hilt, and then there's just this orb of blackness that appears and consumes Edric and Cal, so you can't see them anymore. Cal, you see Edric grab it, and everything just turns completely black for you. Just pitch darkness. Like you can still feel and hear things, but everything just goes black. Edric, same thing. You grab the hilt of the sword. It's like a cold steel, and everything goes black. And as you're holding it, though, you don't really know how, but you can tell that this is an artifact, and it is called Night Herald. And it is a greatsword, a +3 greatsword, that does an additional 1d6 psychic damage. And when holding the sword, you can, at will, cast darkness, but only on the sword itself, as a bonus action. And the darkness lasts for only 1 minute, as opposed to like the 10-minute darkness from normal. And as you're holding the sword, you also can feel like a satisfaction from it, but also like a yearning for something. Also, you'd be like there.
So yeah, I'd get that, the darkness pops up, and just reflexively I would let go and take a step, or try to let go and take a step back.
Yeah, so when you let go, you can hear the sword hit the ground. Everybody else could hear it as well, like just rattling on the ground. But you're still in the darkness.
I would try to just keep backing away until I get out of it.
Yeah, you can get out of it. And then you just see like the orb of darkness from the it's like a darkness spell essentially. Like Rin, you'd certainly recognize it as like a darkness spell essentially. Which incidentally, like what is everybody else's reaction during this? This would probably take a few seconds before Edric leaves.
I'm just kind of watching for a second.
Yes, and you
wouldn't do anything until he steps out.
Yes, and you see Edric step out. Cal, what are you gonna do?
I step out immediately as well.
Okay.
I look over at Edric and I'm like, "You good?"
I think so. Although that thing something's wrong with it.
Just look back at the orb, look back at you.
Not just that, in motion to the orb of darkness, but like it felt. You said satisfied when I touched it.
Yeah, and like it was yearning for something.
Like it wants something. It was glad that I touched it.
About this time, oops, I deleted the wrong thing. About this time,
The darkness stays, but the sword disappears.
yeah. So yeah, about this time the darkness goes away, and you see the sword laying on the ground instead of floating, and it doesn't have quite as much of an effect of the darkness from like pulling the air out of it, pulling pulling the light out of the air, but it's still kind of a subtle effect there.
Edric, is this something you think that would help you, make you stronger? Or shall we leave as is?
Yes, it would be beneficial. I'm not sure if I trust it entirely, but I'd
Follow your instincts.
Go back, and you said it fell to the ground.
Yeah, it's just laying on the ground at the moment.
I'd tentatively reach out to pick it up again, or pick it up.
Yeah, as you pick it up, one thing you notice is you get the same feeling of like satisfaction from it, and that it's like yearning for something. But you notice now at the moment it is just a normal sword. Like it's not plus anything and doesn't do any additional damage. But you can still, at will, cast darkness on the sword as a bonus action.
It's different somehow. Like somehow it lost some of its power. Hold it out to Cal. What does it feel like to you?
Is it still? It's still sucking in the light, right?
Yeah, it's just not quite as distinctive as it was when you first saw it, but it still has like a slight kind of effect of like darkness around it.
I guess as Edric holds it out to me, I will also grab it.
Yeah, you do feel like you can tell it's an artifact, and that it's Night Herald. You don't really know how you can know that is what it is, but you know that's what it is. It's a great sword, but it just is a +0 great sword. But you can tell you can cast darkness at will onto the sword as a bonus action.
Okay, as I grab it, Cal, he like lets out a small yell, not like super loud, but like more like a grunt or something, and he acts like he's gonna faint, and then he just looks at Edric and kind of with a little smirk on his face.
I am just kidding. This appears to be a sword in which you can cast darkness, which would explain what it is doing right now. I will leave it up to you whether you want to take this sword or not. But I think we should continue and find the betrayer Dumbala.
Yeah, I'd take it back to him and kind of stow it somehow. I'd inspect for Titan's grip, so I can't use 2 great swords.
Yeah, I mean, I would say you could. It's pretty big, but you could probably fashion a way to strap it onto your back, especially if you're going to hold like your other sword, maybe.
Yeah, which is probably a smart thing right now.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to use that sword or not, but I would suggest a sword would probably be good. So you can also, if you look in your inventory and search for Night Herald, there's a custom item that you can add to your inventory.
I just say, well, as long as one of you is satisfied, I walk over here. Walk up to the pile of skulls.
Yep, it's a pile of skulls.
I take one, just look at it.
Seems to be, as far as you can tell, it's a human skull, like a legit, real human skull. Doesn't seem to be anything special about it, though, other than it's a human skull.
Just look over it, and I just huck it into the hole to my right. I want to see how long it takes for me to hear something. If I hear anything.
Yeah, so you huck it into the hole to the right, and the skull like immediately disappears into the darkness, and you don't hear anything. But you do, however, see, like you throw it in and it just disappears into the blackness, and then like a second later, like way down in the bottom of the pit, probably about where you'd imagine the skull would have been if you'd been able to see it continually falling, you see like a little flickering bit of flame, like way down in the darkness, like almost you can't even see it. But then you start seeing it getting brighter and start like moving towards you up the pit.
Right, but I don't ever hear anything, right?
Nope, we don't hear anything.
I'm just staring at it.
All right, so everybody roll initiative.
Did Rin's skull wake something up?
There's
It
a
did.
flame coming up from the hole.
Yeah, and then it gets brighter and brighter, and then
Now, is that the same skull and it just caught on fire? Or is that a new skull?
That is a good question. Yeah, what's the size of the skull?
it's a skull. It rolled really high. So you throw the skull in there, and it just disappears into the blackness, and you see this little flicker of flame way deep down, and you see it getting brighter and brighter. Then suddenly, this flaming skull comes flying out of the darkness, and
If we jump down there, we can come back up as like flame gods.
Yeah.
and it
I
flies
think
up.
we're about to become one.
It comes, yeah, pretty much. It flies up and it casts fireball on the three of you. So Rin, Edric, and Cal do a dexterity saving throw.
That's actually a 15. I don't know why the ring doesn't add it automatically.
Oh, yeah, that is weird. Why did this not actually roll the damage? There we go. And the saving throw is 13, so Edric fails. Everybody else passes, so you take half damage. So Edric, you take 29.
You round up or down?
Oh, I was just trying to
think
decide
it's-
that.
I think it's up.
I think it is up. So at 15 damage for the two of you.
I'm resistant to fire, so I would take half that, right? So
Oh,
7.
yeah, you're right. Yep, yeah.
Okay.
Oh God, what did you do?
All right, it's your turn first, Cal.
Okay. That's the pit though, right? I can't stand there. If I stand there, I'm gonna die,
No,
right?
yeah, you're gonna die.
Okay.
Or turn into a flame god.
Yeah, you could roll
Exactly.
the dice. It also is like, I mean, you wouldn't be able to get it from that range anyway, standing there, but it's also about 15 feet up above, like, the level of you guys where you're standing.
Oh, gotcha. In that case, that makes it slightly easier. I am going to Eldritch Blast. Does that hit?
That does hit.
Nice. So just I guess 3 points of damage, but I will, or yeah, 6 points of damage. Sorry.
Does that do, you do multiple Eldritch blasts, though, right?
Yeah. Sorry, another one. But yeah, okay. And then the second attack. Does that hit?
That does.
Nice. So 16 damage total. And then I'm going to move. I'm gonna move. Why can't I?
Yeah, so your Eldritch Blast goes screaming through the air and smash into this skull. And like his jaw kind of chunks off a bit, and you break a bit of his eye socket off.
And then I'm gonna move there. That's it. That's it for my turn.
None of Lord Wind can do much here. But if you want to move him or do something with him.
Actually, I will tell Lord Win. Yeah, I'll tell Lord Win to start moving to where Ren is.
No, you can move him.
Okay. How much speed does he have again? Sorry, I should know this.
Should be 40.
Okay. So he can move there.
I mean, if you want to use his, if he's not going to do anything with his action, he could do his run too.
His dash, right?
Yeah, his dash. And then he even has bonus action dash. So basically, anywhere you want to move him, just you can move him.
So okay. Okay, that's true. Okay. This guy's like fucking. He's got wheels. Right next to you, you see Lord Wind gallop to you, Rin. You would know that he's a friendly. That if you wanted to mount him, you could if you needed to.
Okay.
You got to buy him a drink first.
Exactly. Consent, please.
Okay, Edric.
Go back that way, and it's an action to swap your weapons, right?
Not necessarily. It depends. Are you switching to the sword?
No, I was gonna pull out my crossbow.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, you can definitely do that for free.
You said that would be free?
Yeah.
Take 2 shots at him then.
Nice. I didn't realize you had a crossbow. This is the first time you ever used it, isn't it?
Second, probably.
Okay. So they both, yeah, they both hit. I like the 2 damage.
And then bonus action, second wind.
Nice.
Yeah. So your crossbow bolts, despite your not having used this very often, you seem to be very proficient in it. And each one of the crossbow bolts goes shooting across the darkness and crack into the skull of this thing and chip off more of the bone. Oh, I see a Seth.
Hello.
You.
Got here just in time. Oh, I see. Is that your whole thing?
Yeah, that's my whole turn.
Just gonna cast Chill Touch. I don't know which one of these to click.
Is that ironically not actually a touch spell?
No, it's just like 120 feet range.
Reach out and chill touch someone.
Mm-hmm. That hits.
Okay, so it's some like ghostly hand appears and touches it or grabs onto it, does 2d8 damage. I can't remember if flame skulls are undead, but if it is undead, it has disadvantage on attack rolls against me.
Okay.
And it also cannot regain hit points until my next turn.
Okay. Yeah, it is undead.
Then
Oh, I guess we'll have you at the end of this round, Seth, but then after, do your roll for initiative.
Okay.
Though with your initiative roll, you probably would have been last anyway. Okay, Gregory.
Well, I can't do anything, so I'm gonna just chill out. I think spreading out is key here.
That is true.
Let the range do the range stuff. You guys got this. I'll just take a drink.
Okay, Kendrick, what are you doing?
They're rolling initiative.
Yeah. You're gonna go regardless, but yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. But we'll but just go now, and then we'll have you go after the flame skull.
Okay.
He did just cast fireball on the 3 of them.
I've used the environmental storytelling to assess this.
Okay.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, just letting you know.
You're looking out. You're looking out.
in case you want to.
Yeah, I think you should stand. You should stand right there in between them two.
Be aware of your little one.
No, right here's better because that way he'd get you as well.
That's
Maximize the
true. Yeah.
carnage.
Well, yeah. And then put KJ hold KJ.
It's like in a pressure cooker.
We do have to eat. I mean,
Worst case scenario.
He lives on inside us.
Wow.
I mean, as long as we use all parts of it, is your god still going to be happy?
It was used to preserve life. So he's hit y'all while you were standing right there.
No, I was.
No, we've spread out a bit.
no, I was like right here earlier. I think.
Yeah, it was like as big as a circle here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do I have line of sight on Edric from here, but not Rin?
You have line of sight to everybody here.
Everybody, okay. Can I just climb over this?
Yeah, it's not that deep. Or not that high, rather.
Okay.
I'm just over here looting in this campsite here.
You grabbing that disemboweled frog?
Here's the explosion and a blast of warm air wash over him. Looks up, looks back, and starts digging again.
Kendrick, what you doing?
Mass healing word.
Okay, cast it.
It is. But for now, it's going to be the 9 to Cal, Rin, and Edric.
Wait, how much was this? This is on me?
Yes, 9 HP.
So it seems like it gave you the +2, but not the spells level. So should that be 3 more additional?
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah. So everybody gets 12 HP, not 9. I wonder why it's not doing that right.
Good catch, though, that it did give the 2. Yeah, and that's strange. And if you can give me a token, the spiritual weapon is right in front of the...
There we go. 21 definitely hits.
Okay.
So yeah, you just knock its jaw completely off. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to require its jaw, but it's looking really busted up. It's got a butt, like you can see just a big hole in its top of its skull with nothing inside it though, other than flame. Is that your full turn?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing, Cal?
Well, I'm gonna be that guy. It's not actually Cal's turn.
It's Flame Skull's turn.
Yeah, it's Flame Skull's turn.
Oh, you're right. Thank you. Jeez. Got my brain got thrown off. So let's see. It is going to magic missile. Rin.
It's an attack roll. It's disadvantage. I don't remember how magic missile works.
Magic missile just always hits.
How does it? Okay.
Yeah, so it just does 1d4 plus 1, and it does 3. All 3 of them are going to go after you. So it would just be 3d4 plus 1 for each. So 3d4 plus 3.
Unless you have shields.
No. All right, wait. How much am I taking?
11.
11. Okay.
Yeah, so little 3 little bolts of energy fly towards you and boop boop boop
Owie.
slam into you.
I gave you life, you stupid bitch.
That's it. You're grounded.
Is Lord Wayne gonna do anything?
Well, I mean, is it? Are we going in turn order? Or what's
Oh, you're right. So that would be you're right. God, thank you for making me not be stupid. Yeah, so it's Kendrick.
Oh, sorry, Kendrick. I thought it was my turn.
No, my mistake. I'm being stupid. So my whole brain got exploded because the order went out all whack. Because it's Seth coming in late. Yeah, so it's your turn, Seth.
Real brain blender there.
And hopefully we don't get the 10 minutes of searching through spells and you just hit it.
Well, how about this Sacred Flame? It does not... Like, what is the damage type for that? Flame-like radiance.
You still have spiritual weapon up though too. You can attack with that bonus action.
True.
See if that kills it.
Spiritual weapon, go. Swinging. Where? Swing.
Yep. Roll the damage. That's gonna 100% kill it. Yeah, so your spiritual weapon smashes into the skull. I believe it's a mace of some kind. And just kind of explodes into the little pieces, and all of them just sort of sink back down into the blackness and disappear.
All right, when that happens, I'm just like look around and I say, all right, don't put the skulls in the holes.
We shouldn't put anything in the hole.
I'll put you in the hole under my breath.
I'll be a flame god.
Casting Cure Wounds on Rin.
Well, thanks, bud.
You're welcome. I just walk up to you and touch you. I put my hand on your shoulder.
I feel like it's that scene with Dwight and Angela where he doesn't know she's behind him. I'm just like, fuck.
Waddle on up. Just add 1 to that.
Really add 1? That brings me exactly to max.
All according to plan.
All right, so if you want a slight recap, we came to this stupid fucking temple and there was a retard dying guy outside. I don't know if you want to deal with him because you seem to be the most adept at dealing with kind of weird dying guys.
So he's currently out there dying right now.
Yeah.
Within walking distance.
Yeah,
I mean, I set him back down on the stairs. You know, he's comfortable-ish.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna go out there and heal the man.
All right, so just so you know, he wasn't responsive to like literally anything. Not talking, not clapping in his face, not me literally almost killing him. He like doesn't care about anything. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so what spell are you using at him? As you go outside, you can still see him laying there. He does seem to be alive. You hear him mumbling very softly. And he's very pale looking.
His eyes are all black.
Yeah, his eyes are all black and like they're sucking the air, or I keep saying that, they're sucking the light out of the air around them.
Okay. I was gonna see about a medicine check to see what was ailing him, but now I think I need to roll something else.
Attack.
Can I roll an Arcana check?
Yeah. He's also strangely wearing very heavy weather, like winter weather gear, like all furry and super big, bulky jacket and boots and that kind of thing.
All right.
So as far as the eyes go, you've never seen that before. As far as this is like super pale looking and like his skin is all like pulled against his bones. I don't know if you've ever had like the exact situation of this, but it seems to you like something has just like sucked the life essence out of him, basically.
Okay. So would I then know what the healing would do to him?
So I don't know if it's really a matter of whether you've ever tried to heal somebody in this kind of situation, and it's kind of up to you whether you would have ever seen somebody like this before. And there's not a wrong or the right answer, just whether you think you have seen someone like this before.
I've been around a while, maybe something similar. But if this is like something only on this island or after the apocalypse, it would not be known.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you, not exactly like this, but you've seen or maybe heard of other situations of people who might have had not like a physical kind of thing, but like their life essence sort of drained out of them. And like the best way to describe it is like normally you have like a vessel, like the person, and he's like a cup, and you pour your healing energy into the vessel, like into the cup, to try and fill that cup back up. But you know, if you're gonna try and heal this guy, or maybe you did try and heal somebody in the past that was similar to this, and they're just there isn't a cup there. Like there's nothing there to fill. Like there's nothing left to heal. It's just all of his life essence is just would be like gone. There's nothing there for you to do. It's just like a shell at this point. And you also know that there's really nothing you could do, and they don't last very long when they get to this point.
Are there any wounds on him that are visible?
Nope.
There's one on his neck, actually, now.
Yeah, good point, actually.
Small, but...
That's a good point, yes. There's a small, strangely a wound on his neck.
All right, straight for the neck. Okay. And Kendrick shakes his head and walks back inside.
Is everyone okay? I believe we should continue.
All right, well, let's just be careful. All it took was a skull falling in there. Like the pile of skulls is like loose, right? They're not like compacted in any way.
No, yeah, it's just a big pile of skulls about 15 feet tall, all kind of loose and spread out.
I mean, one flame skull is easy, but I don't think we can deal with this many.
Is there anything of note, like over here, or where these like light sources are that we can see?
No, they're just torches. It looks like they were lit within the last few days, though.
And I cast Detect Evil and Good. Do I pick up any aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, undead within 30 feet?
You detect Lord Wind as a fey, but I would say no for anything else.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna carefully make my way over the skulls.
Oh my god, you were gonna
Okay,
kill
so
us.
do a dexterity check to try and see how well you get over the skulls.
I mean, even knowing that, I'm following Cal up the... like, right behind him.
Okay, you both then
I'm
do-
literally just leaving. Walking back.
You both then do dexterity check to see how well you're able to get through this pile of stuff. Oh god.
Excellent. You know,
Okay, but I'm doing it carefully. Like
I know that's why you're doing a dexterity check to see how carefully you're doing it.
So sorry.
And yeah, Kendrick,
dexterity.
you do still have your spiritual weapon up.
Dexterity.
It should probably be like acrobatics, right? You should typically use skills instead of raw.
Yeah,
kickers.
that's true. But yeah, I forgot you could do that. But
Acrobatics is 0.
in that case,
so
that
it's
is a
different.
6. Thank you very much.
Well, I think it did give you a +1. I mean, rolling the skill and I guess it depends on whether you're proficient in it or not.
Well, I have a +1 bonus to acrobatics as well, so...
Okay, so it would be a 6?
Actually, no, I guess it is just +1 from my dexterity, so... No, never mind, it's just a 5.
Cal, are you proficient in acrobatics?
Acrobatics? No.
Okay, so Cal, you start moving through. As you're actually doing pretty good at it. Like you're managing, like you kind of like steady yourself a bit as you sort of start losing your footing in the skulls for a second, and then you kind of you manage to recover yourself though, and you manage to get through. 2 skulls kind of fall off from the pit as you're doing it though, and start rolling towards the pit. As you're doing this though, Edric decides
I just
that
cannonball into the
yeah,
skulls.
Edric decides that hey, this sounds like fun, and he goes through and just basically skulls are going everywhere. So hold on.
Can I tell Lord Wind to like try to kick them away from the pits so they don't fall in the pits?
So do dexterity save on him, or not dexterity save. Do an acrobatics on him.
Okay.
And yeah, while this is happening, you just see Rin booking it.
Are you following me, Gregory?
Yeah, I'm inching.
Okay, so dexterity check?
No acrobatics. I mean, I can't fault you for that because that's basically acrobatics.
Yeah. I just tell him to like
Lord Wind, please help us. Make sure none of the skulls fall in the pit.
Yeah, so Lord Wind starts dancing all over the place, and he actually ends up catching about half of them, but that still means 7 of them go rolling into the pits, and you see him whoop, pop over the edges as Lord Wind is kicking a bunch of them away, and then you see the same little things, a bunch of little fires underneath. We're gonna go. I guess we'll do, since we did lose combat.
Well, how long does it take? Like when I watched it last time, roughly how long did it take for it to come up?
Roughly 1 round.
Okay, so it's just a few
It's
seconds.
like yeah, it's like 6 seconds. Yeah. So let me.
6 seconds.
We're gonna end
Okay.
We're gonna end combat here, and then. Okay, now roll. Everybody roll initiative.
That's only 7 fireballs. We can take this.
Just crouching over here, pretending I was not a part of that group.
I didn't come with these people. I don't even know who these people are.
I'm just a flaming skull like you guys.
If you were coming after me, I would have like yelled at you, Gregor. Like I'm just like, get out, let's go.
Yeah.
God, they were rolling insane on their dexterity, on their initiative too. So, flame skulls are just flying up the pit towards you. Those of you can actually see it anyway. Kendrick, what are you doing? You see Cal go through pretty well, and then you just see Edric bowl through, and skulls go everywhere. Lord Wind does his best to try and knock some of them out, and he does quite good actually, and takes out about half of them. But quite a few more, and you can see like the glow coming from the darkness below as these flame skulls are careening up towards the top.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Lord Wind. With keeping like that, you're never going to make it to the World Cup.
He knocked 7 of them away. There's 6, I guess.
All right. Seeing this in a small terror. This is not raised at all, yeah. It's just like step overable.
Yep, yeah, there's no, it's just, you can run right over it.
All right.
Because Barry got that damn horse and get the fuck out of here. Reset.
Oh, God.
Literally run out of the
F9,
dungeon.
F9. Quick load.
I can turn undead on half of them, but there's still 3 of them that are just going to go wild. This is bad.
They did, what, 29? One of them did 29 damage.
I love how like perfect, because when you threw the skull, I was like, oh, they're gonna figure it out in like the most easy, best situation possible. And
Well,
that's
I had a plan for this, and then you guys just went up. And I was like, I'm bye. You can die. I'm running out of the dungeon, and I'm hitting right click reset dungeon. Okay?
Cal
I
is
mean, we're following
leading.
the plan you told us to the letter. There were no letters.
Yeah.
I can't communicate with Wind at all, right?
I mean, he knows common. Like, you can speak to him, but he can't speak back to you. We about to find out whether Lord Wind can hold 3 people.
I feel like I really need to put Death Ward on KJ.
Like, oh, that's your concern.
It's up there on the list. It's up there.
Hey, respect for the commitment.
I mean, his literal god did tell him to keep it alive. It does seem fitting that he uses the power of his god to keep the thing his god told him to keep alive.
How far do you think I could toss my bag?
You can probably toss it in the hole.
It's athletics check we're throwing, I think.
KJ comes,
Flaming Stegosaurus baby comes
yeah.
floats up back.
Starts eating all the other skulls and fights for you. Like 30 feet, definitely. I don't know if there's like a certain distance you're trying to get to. And it'd be like an athletics check, and it would just depend on how well you would do it. But like a baseline would be like 30 feet, I would say.
All right, what would you like me to roll for this? I am going to try to throw my bag towards Gregor.
Yeah, do an athletics check.
Why are you throwing it towards him?
Like that he doesn't know this is happening.
I'm on my way out.
Oh my god. I'm going to yell run in front of me. And Gregor behind me as I throw the bag. And then cast Spiritual Weapon over at the 4.
With a 10, I'll give you the 30 feet, so it lands in a big pile. Like right there.
Okay.
That's not close enough to me.
Well, that's on you. And my arms, I suppose. You do what you feel is necessary. He's at least out of harm's way. I hope. Spiritual weapon.
There. That's your. Did you throw just the, like your backpack and everything in it, or did you just throw the cage, Quoddy finger cage, the breastplate?
If I'm able to just throw the breastplate, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, you can just throw the breastplate.
Okay.
So it goes quite violently, bouncing and knocking across, but it lands in the little lip of the edge there, and then stops. And you hear some whimpering and whining coming from out inside. Is that your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Rin. Obviously, there's the edge of the map here, but you can just.
Yeah, I'm literally outside. As soon as I get outside, I'm just like taking an immediate right, sprinting, hopping over the ledge, or running into the forest. Like my whole action is literally just run.
Okay. Yeah, you can just move yourself. I'll move you.
And then if it matters, like when I get to the forest, I'm gonna hide. But I mean, that's probably next turn, or if you're even gonna deal with them coming out.
Yeah, we'll see. That might come up, might not. We'll see. But that's fine. Okay, what is Lord Wind doing?
He will run. No, I don't know. This is. I'm frustrated. I did not think. I didn't even consider this being an issue.
To be fair, that is probably very Cal appropriate.
It is. I think I just misunderstood. I knew there were skulls there because Rin picked one up and threw it over the thing, but I didn't think they were like loose skulls that were so loose. I guess,
like,
which is my fault. I guess I should have asked.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't know if you were like AFK or something, but Cam literally asked, like, "Is this just like a big pile of loose skulls?" He literally asked that.
Yeah, I guess it might.
Pretty much like right before you ran through them too.
What was that?
He asked that pretty much like right before you ran through them too.
Yeah, I guess I spaced on that. I just underestimated how loose they were. So I don't want to create more flame skulls, and if Lord Wind were to walk through them, that would happen. So
yeah, you are on the other side. Edric, you're on the other side too. You can move yourself. I mean, well, it's probably worse, but yeah.
But I was also going to ask that, yeah, and the times that the skulls...
You can move yourself there. So basically, you guys are both on the other side of the pile of skulls.
So like...
And this is the closed door up here?
Yeah, that's a closed door.
But so that's another question I had. So when we stepped on the skulls started displacing. We saw everyone freak out. We knew we fucked up. We knew what was going to happen. Wouldn't we have like tried to run more?
You mean like? Oh, I see what you're saying. You didn't use your full movement.
Yeah, because all I did was I basically.
Yeah, I got you. No, that makes sense.
Like,
yeah,
roll.
That makes sense actually. So let's say you guys use like half your movement, so you have 15 feet that you can use now, like out of turn order, to go wherever you would like to go. So let me move you. Like you were like right. You guys are like right there. So yeah, you have 15 feet, and that would be like your movement. So if you want to use, I would say I'd let you use your action to as well if you wanted to do it like a movement for that turn. Like you can dash essentially.
Okay. Yeah, I mean to be honest, like I would, seeing what the fuck's happening, I would GTFO.
Okay. Yeah. So you and Edric.
Okay. Yeah. So I would then use my action to dash.
Yeah, so you can get to the door basically, which is it's kind of it's like right. The door is right there is where the edge of the door is. Like one more forward.
I would action surge to pull out the Night Herald, and you said it was a bonus action to cast Darkness?
Correct.
So yeah, I'd action surge to switch swords, and then bonus action cast darkness, like where we're at, or on the sword.
Nice. Yeah, it has to be on the sword. Let me get you
Yeah,
that.
that's cool.
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
so you pull the sword out. It feels very satisfied that you're holding it again, and as soon as you cast the darkness, you can feel the sword is once again a +3 that does 1d6 psychic damage.
Oh.
Now let me get you the darkness here. I don't know. I deleted it by accident. I should have left it.
So it's a +3 sword that gives me +1 d6, but I get disadvantage on attacks because I can't see shit.
Yeah, if you want to know the math on it, basically it's like about 11% less chance to hit, but obviously if you do hit, it does more damage. Like a lot
And
more
you
damage.
said it lasts a minute, right?
Yeah, it lasts a minute, and it's centered on you.
Is this KJ here?
The little, oh yeah, that's KJ.
Okay.
Yeah, this is KJ.
Could Lord Wind with his fucking infinity speed, what is it really? 60 feet. But that would be. Could Lord
If
Wind?
you're gonna ask me if Lord Wind can pick up a fucking breastplate / cage with hooves, no, he cannot.
No, mouth. Can he is there anything for him to grab onto with his mouth and run it outside?
I was just saying. Yeah, from personal experience, horses can bite like a fucking mofo. So, I'd say yeah.
But okay, so that would be 60 feet to get there, but that would be his action then, right?
40 feet of that would be his movement, and then you could bonus action because he has the bonus action dash. You could bonus action dash and get an additional 80 feet total, and then if you wanted to use his action to dash as well, because I would say it's like a free action for you to grab him with your mouth.
Okay,
So
that's what he wants. Yeah, so that's what Lord Wind wants to do. He wants to this way grab as he's doing a little drive by bite KJ's thing and make it out of the temple.
okay, Gregor, you see Lord Wind just blow past you carrying KJ out.
All right, I don't have to worry about that.
Grateful. Thank you, Lord Wind.
Yeah.
I was gonna dash action and pick
Yeah.
it up, so okay.
Yeah, Lord Wind comes flying out of the place. He's quite a ways away.
I see that way I can communicate with you guys.
Well, yeah, I mean, he doesn't. You can't really. Lord Wind can't talk to them, but yeah, you can
Yeah, it's
sort
like a
of
one way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, Kendrick.
It's oh my god, literally, it's everybody just disappears and Kendrick's just shit.
We saved your son, Kendrick. Hopefully.
All that matters.
All right, so this is your guys' turn now. Cal and Edric, what do you want to do? You're in the darkness at the moment. So Cal, you just see Edric whip out the sword, and you just see everything suddenly turn pitch black.
We were right in front of the door. I will kind of
Yeah.
I would try to find the door and then open it and walk in.
Yeah, so you can feel the door. It's right next to you.
Okay.
And so you're just going to push it open?
Yes.
So yeah, it's a huge door, but you're able to push it open. And in the next room, it's another cavernous room. In the middle, you see 4 bonfires, essentially, kind of like in pits. Very a lot of flame. It's actually very loud. The amount of there's so much flame. There's a lot of loud coming from the snapping and popping of the flame burning like big logs in there. You see roaring. Thank you. You see 6 creatures. As you open the door, they don't seem to make any motion like they've seen you. They're disfigured, horrible-looking creatures with this long, drawn-out mouth. 1 second.
Cool effect there. Purple smoke.
Like the Babadook.
Like that. And as you look at them, like as you feel like a sense of like terror when you look at them. That when you look away though, it goes away immediately. But as soon as you're looking at them, especially if you look at their eyes, it just you feel like this terror kind of welling up in you. And they seem to have some kind of aura around them. It's not like a smoke, like a putrid kind of thing. It's like a darkness around them that's kind of swirling.
Okay.
And you also see 3 dead bodies over here in the corner on the right side of the room. And you see another door on the far side of the room.
Okay. I only step like right
Well, I
into
guess-
the threshold.
I was gonna say, I
of the
guess
room.
technically you see nothing because you're in the darkness, but I assume you open the door and then walk in so you can see. I would assume.
Yeah. I'd basically make it like not even fully into the room. It's almost like I'm straddling the doorway, like
Yeah.
like right there, like where the door would be.
Yep.
Whoops. Why can't I? I'm like right on top of the door. It's not.
Do I need to move you?
No, there. I got. Well. Yeah. Well, hold on.
Yeah, I think you're clicking the door instead of moving your character. There you go.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, I got him. So yeah, right there. I'm not like fully into the room, but I'm basically trying to get enough cover so if these guys do let off fireballs, I'm not gonna be incinerated.
Oh, are you like on the other side of the door then?
Yeah.
Though it does technically go around corners, so I don't think there's much for you to. You can't really block unless you have full cover. You can close the door, and you'll be fine.
It's like video games, right? This is beyond the free action that we had when shit was popping off, right? This is like
Yeah.
actual.
Yeah, this is your actual turn, actual thing. So you use some of your movement to go to there, and you open the door. Which I would say opening the door was your action because it's a huge door. It's not like a free action kind of door. It's like a 20-foot high door.
Okay.
So you used actually that's your full movement. So and then
yeah,
Edric.
that's my full movement. Then that is it for me. Yeah.
Okay, so Edric, you like the darkness pops up, and you're right next to him, so you would hear like some shuffling. You definitely would hear this huge like as this door kind of creaks open, and then you'd hear some footsteps to the north.
Yeah, I would just kind of follow the sound. Probably run into the wall, make my way through the door.
Yeah, the darkness follows you. Okay, so Edric, you follow along. Yeah, so as you get to that point, Cal, like the darkness, you see the darkness kind of moving through the door and then enveloping you again.
Okay.
Finally, a counter for the disadvantage on stealth and heavy armor.
Okay,
Nobody will notice the giant moving dark bubble.
so yeah, you can move there. Do you do anything else? You have your action still.
No, I wouldn't do anything else.
Are you trying to tell him something, Danny?
I am trying to tell him something.
Close the door.
Yes, you're best with how strong you are. You're able to use your action to push the door close behind you. Okay, Gregor.
I don't know what's worse for them. At least they only have one thing. Oh god.
At least-
And I'm gonna look at Kendrick and I'm gonna say, I wasn't strong enough.
If I kill another of Seth's characters on accident,
Don't walk in to booby-trap temples with John's character.
next temple we come to, I'm just going to wait on the steps outside.
Okay, so Flame Skull number 1. So they both go flying up out of the darkness and hover like the other one about 15 feet above it. And they kind of look around, and strangely, there seems to be only one little dwarf just hanging out in the middle. So all these flame skulls just like turn and look at you, Kendrick.
But he didn't touch the skull, so they should be fine with him.
Yeah, they're cool. They're cool with him.
Just hang out.
Okay, so we can just do the next 4 dudes' actions at the same time here. And they're all going to do a fireball. But I have to do the rolls individually, and you have to do a whole bunch of dex saves. But it's fine. Your dexterity is amazing.
Too low for those iframes.
Okay, so first one.
I can't find a GIF for it, but this is that scene where Luke Skywalker gets shot to shit by the AT-ATs. Like,
Yeah.
just come all the blasts the shit out of him.
Okay, so do your dex save. Okay, that does not pass. So you take a fireball, shoots out of its mouth, flies across the room, smashes into you, and you take 35 damage.
Oh my god. I only have to survive 3 more of these.
You got this. It's rolling higher. So then the next one. Do another dex save. Okay, so you take 38 damage.
Oh, I'm down.
I was gonna say that can't be. There's nothing left.
Slammed by 2 fireballs and falls to the ground, charred.
Well, let's see. Is that actually where you got to, Gregor, or did you use your? You're further away than that, right?
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay, yeah. Oh my god! Now I have to decide whether flame skulls, because there's literally nothing else for them to attack in this room, whether they would shoot the fuck out of a dead guy.
My spiritual weapon's still popping.
Oh, actually, no, it isn't. It goes. But I should have been having you do. Not that it mattered. Con checks for that, but no, your spiritual weapon's gone.
Unfortunate.
It doesn't really make any sense to me as much as I like to be able to have them just all fireball some random dead dude on the ground. So that's... so do your first death saving throw. It's actually on Roll20. There's a little thing you can... I think your HP, I think, turns into it.
It does indeed. Let's see.
Maybe you'll roll a 20. Just fireball you. You should be able to just click it. It'll do the roll for you, and then it'll tell you whether you pass or fail, and it'll keep track of it.
It does. Tiny.
Oh my
Get back
god.
up just to get killed again.
Okay, so you get knocked down, and then you just... Dolmar will not let me die like this. And you pop up with 1 HP.
Not while Kendrick Jr. still draws breath.
True.
That's what's up. It is fated.
That's amazing, actually. So yeah, you can do whatever you would like. Your turn is your action and your full movement.
Okay. Seeing as I can't outrun fireballs here, I have 1 HP. I have so many gambles here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing that you actually rolled a 20.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I think it might just give you a more epic death.
It very well may. If one route worked out, I'd live for potentially enough time to get out. But both things have to go off. If I just heal myself, I probably just die again.
Yeah, you do have inspiration if you need any rolls that to help them out.
Okay.
Everybody here has inspiration from the last time. None of you used it yet.
Damn, that would have been good for Edric to re-roll his acrobatics.
True, but then we wouldn't be in this wonderful situation where no one's going to get hurt and everybody's going to get out, and it's going to be a great story you're going to laugh about years later.
Yes, true.
As a side note, I appreciate you, Edric, just going for it when he went for it. If you didn't already have inspiration, I would have given you it for that.
Cal and Edric are like playing in like a ball pit or whatever, like throwing skulls around, kicking skulls. It's all fun and games until your friend gets burnt to a crisp.
Mm-hmm.
Again.
Just take the gasoline fight from Zoolander and just make it tossing skulls into the pit instead.
Mhm.
It was fire last time, right?
It was fire last time.
Last time he died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fell, he got knocked off the ledge, which knocked him out, and then he fell into a trap, which just burned him into it.
Okay, Seth, the next character you make has to be a tiefling with fire resistance.
For real. Your best bet is probably to make it as far as you can to it, and then hopefully have somebody like run in, grab you, run out.
No, you just hopefully get another 20.
There ain't nobody anywhere near that entrance.
You run, you die, and then you get back up again.
Actually, that may just be the only thing I can do.
Yeah, I don't think you're surviving this, Kendrick. It's more about reviving if they can get you.
That's true. That's true, actually. If you're
Quick,
closer
take
to
a
the...
dip into rogue so you can bonus action dash as well.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you're going to be dead somewhere, you're probably better off dead at the entrance than you are dead where you are at the moment.
True.
Yeah, so I said, just run to the door. Go for it. Just take it.
Casting Death Ward on myself.
Oh, no, that's actually... It's not bad, but you're going to have to do something else. You have your bonus action heals, don't you? Maybe get enough of it? Well... First fireball...
It'll be something.
Yeah, it'll be something. Do you want to use any... Because that's your action, but you still have a bonus action. And you technically still... Is your... No, yeah, you just have a bonus action.
Yeah, but if you cast Death Ward, then that's your action. You won't be able to dash.
Oh, that's a good point, too.
My hope is, like, if I dash, I make it there, and then they still fireball me.
Yeah.
If I get hit, maybe the dash would have been better, because then I'm guaranteed to be right there and they can grab me.
Right. Because they're going to hit you. They're going to knock you unconscious no matter what. Death Ward, you pop back up, they're going to do it again.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of him getting shot down, pop back up, shot down, pop back up, shot down. I don't think
Skulls just get bored and go back down the hole.
This guy sucks. To be fair, he wouldn't even go down though with Death Ward. He just doesn't die.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some bullshit, fucking hacker.
Yeah.
The first time he died, he should have de-aggroed them.
So are you done, Kendrick? Is that your turn? Death Ward run.
13 HP to myself.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
Flame Skull blinks like, wait, wasn't this guy just dead? What the heck is going on? They're all thinking to themselves, you know what? Next time when he goes down, I'm just gonna empty all of our fireballs into him because this guy clearly just doesn't stay down.
Jesus, man.
So yeah, fireball. A little lower.
Can I use inspiration?
Also a little lower.
Yes, you can.
Huh.
Oh dear God!
A little higher.
It is a little higher.
Well, Death Ward stops it, right?
Oh right, yeah.
Just don't put it again.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh
Nice.
damn! Yeah, so that only does 10 damage to you.
Well, he only has 1 HP.
What does he? No, he has. How did he take?
Death Ward.
Oh, you're.
Death Ward
Yeah.
brings him to 1. He's
Yeah,
if
you're
it was
right.
in the reverse order, then yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
After that save too.
Where would you
So
go?
We just hear.
yeah.
Fucking shaman got back up with Ankh and then got murdered again.
Okay, Rin. Yeah, you just. I don't know if you're like way off in the jungle, so I don't.
Well, give me a distance. Is the front door of the temple within 100 feet of the edge of the forest? Or no?
Yeah, it's like 50 feet, let's say. So you're like 50 feet from the entrance.
Okay, I would have ran just to the edge of the forest, found like a tree to hide under it. I want to take control of my raven and just like be looking.
Oh yeah, the raven you said put it at the entrance, right?
Well, yeah, I would just move it to it's like if it's gonna go past 100 feet, I don't go. But like I would just like hop inside and take a look at what's happening.
Yeah, so you would see Kendrick. You see like a big burn mark there and a bunch of blood, and then like some footsteps of dragging blood, and then like Kendrick laying there burned. And that's what you see currently. Like it looks like he's like just smoldering. You can tell that he just got hit by a fireball.
Okay, yeah, that's my turn.
Lord Wind, he got fully outside. What is
riding? Just in case.
okay?
No, who's that?
Wind's outside the room, right outside out of the temple. So what are you gonna? I guess you. I don't know if you gave any other instructions. I guess I can just decide what he does then. If you don't, he would be outside the temple, and anybody outside the temple would see Wind put the. Actually, I think Wind would probably. Let's see. Do you have the horses sheet up? I don't. Do a perception roll on it. Okay, so Rin, you're sitting there like super high, like under the branches and shit, and you see Wind come out of the temple, kind of look around, and he looks right at you, and he kind of clops over, and he drops the breastplate with KJ inside, like right in front of you, and he gets splattered a little with the mud, and then he kind of like trots away.
Okay. I mean, I see this. I mean, I actually don't see any of this because I'm looking through my bird. I can't perceive anything when I'm looking. Yeah.
Well, I guess you.
Congratulations,
Well,
your new dino daddy.
I could feel it, I guess, but I can't see it here.
Yeah, I don't know if the bird might have seen. Of course, the bird is inside anyway, so yeah, probably wouldn't have seen. Yeah, so you just. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, when you come back to your body, you'd see this. You see KJ. Okay, Cal.
Well, I'm gonna telepathically tell Lord Wind for when it's his turn again to see if he could save anyone in the room. I don't know who's in the room. I don't, but just I tell him, if there's anyone in the room, please try to save them if you can. I'm gonna open the door and peek. Is it still is darkness is still there though?
Yeah, it's still there.
Okay, fuck it. Well, if darkness is still there, I'm gonna open the door carefully, as quietly as I can, and as carefully as I can.
You said you opened the door, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
I still don't see my guy. I think it's because I took control of Wind and I moved Wind, and then after that.
That is your action, though, to move the door.
That's my action. Okay.
Yeah.
But I want to move. Can I move?
You open the door, and then, but it's all black, so you gotta move somewhere if you want to look somewhere.
Yeah, I want to move just to the outer border of the darkness.
So that would be like 15 feet.
Yeah, could you move me? Because, like I said, I don't have my character. It's like weird.
Yeah, so you get to here, and you're looking down, and you can see Kendrick laying there, seemingly dead. In that big burned area a little ways away from where he seemed to got hit and then struggled and then fell again.
Okay. Yeah, so I just tell Wind if he can help Kendrick when possible, and then I'll just kind of stay in that darkness border.
What do you expect me to do? Like his face?
You can just carry him out, if possible.
Have you seen a horse before, Cal?
Yes.
Do we have hands?
No, but you have a powerful mouth.
Is that your turn? Right, so you're staying right there? Okay, Edric. You would have heard the door open again in the darkness, and you would have heard more footsteps shuffling to the south.
Can I end the darkness at will, or does it just last?
It lasts, as far as you know, it lasts for a minute. That's all you know as far as the mechanics of it go.
I just, Cal, what do you see?
Our friend Kendrick is not doing so well. He was lit ablaze because of the fireball. I'm trying to get Wind to help him, but I think for now we just have to ride this out and see what happens. But your cloud of darkness does offer us some protection.
Can you still see the skulls?
When I peeked outside, I did see them, but I am now in the cloud of darkness again. But they should be pretty much where we last saw them.
Like where you are right now, you're out of the darkness, but you went back into the darkness?
Yeah, I peeked outside, saw what I saw, and then I wanted to go back into the cloud.
Yeah, okay.
Do you think we can get to Kendrick?
Not without fighting those skulls.
I walk over towards where I hear Cal's voice coming from.
Yeah, you can kind of, if you're kind of feeling around, you bump into Cal and you can feel the door open in front of you.
Maybe we can use the darkness and hopefully they won't realize we're trying to help him.
They're gonna attack the darkness.
Shit, they do have magic missile.
Be prepared.
And I'd say, you lead, I'll follow, so the darkness stays with us, both of us. And then I'd end my turn there. Hand on Cal's shoulder, so if he moves, I'd go with him.
Okay, so you guys are in the darkness, and you hear this, growing louder and louder, and then a fireball hits you.
Okay.
Nice.
It is dark, to be fair. Oh. Well, he did better than you. Oh, he did dexterity again.
Yes and no.
I don't think dexterity. You don't have any difference with dexterity save versus that anyway. So, so you both take 25.
Oh yeah.
You both take 25 damage. Or Cal doesn't.
Yeah,
Cal
my dex save would have been the same.
Cal takes half. Rounding down, so 12 damage. And then you would be watching this as you just see it's like this darkness sort of start creeping out from around the door, and then just a big fireball goes shooting into it.
Just fucking popcorn.
Just a puff of smoke comes out of the cloud or the darkness.
Okay, Gregor. I should have probably made more of a map to the south so we could have actually been keeping track of exactly where you guys ran, but...
Mimicking what Cal did. Not in the same spot, but... right into the forest lane and...
What Rin did, you mean?
Right, Cal, yeah. Rin. Not Cal. Yeah. I'm not
running into
what Cal
running
did.
in? Okay, yeah, so you're at the edge. I like how Rin actually, this is what I mean, why it's important to roll perception even with your 19, because Rin actually rolled higher. So you run out, you don't see him, you can roll a perception roll if you'd like to see if you actually can find him.
No, I'm just running to the edge.
Yeah, so you run into the bushes. You make it there like 50 feet past where the temple is. You just hear explosions.
But I might as well just look.
Yeah, you're freaking out.
I wasn't strong enough. Just blow past the fucking dude crying on the stairs. Is he still alive?
You can't really tell. He's kind of just laying there. Okay, so this flame skull has actually already used its fireball. So it can't use... Yeah, magic missile is only for what you can see.
You're wearing them down.
Mm-hmm. So I think it is going to cast blur on itself. Is there a blur icon? Dodging, close enough. Oop, that was the wrong one, but it's the next one anyway. Because basically they're all going to do that. Or, wait, no, not they're all going to do that. These two actually have fireball. So, two more quickly approaching sounds of flame before an explosion lights up the area around you. Well, I guess it doesn't actually light it up. It's the only explosion. It's the only explosion you ever felt and not seen. It's just you're in the darkness and all of a sudden this flame, you can feel it washing over you. Oh God. So this is the first one. Cal fails. Edric, you actually pass. So you both actually take the same amount because he took the full amount, but he's got the resistance. You both take 16 damage.
And I think I failed the second one.
Yes, you flipped it. You failed the second one, and Cal passed that one. So the second one, Edric, you take 28. And Cal takes
I am down.
14. Okay, so Cal, you hear a from next to you.
Okay.
And the sword, you hear a clatter of the sword, and then the darkness disappears.
Fucking Rin just like Pogger.
What?
He's just watching like Pogger.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, the two retards are gonna die. That's fine. I'm Pogger about that.
Okay, so Kendrick, do your first death save. The CNR 20.
We're gonna get another. No.
Okay, so I think it keeps track of it for you as passes or fails.
Well, we got one down. I believe in the rescue party, though.
I think you're gonna need a rescue party for the rescue party.
I believe in the other rescue party.
So let's see. This one doesn't have fireball, but I think you're behind the door, so he doesn't shoot anything at you. He's gonna do blur though. But this last one does have a fireball, and it shoots it at the door. Oops, that's not the right one. All right, you pass it. So you take 13 damage.
Well, half of that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, thank you. So 6. But did we do the right roll on the other one you passed?
Yeah.
Were you half of half?
Yeah.
I think I told you the wrong number. Okay, good. Okay, Rin.
Where did you run, Gregor? You just ran straight out.
Pretty much.
I mean, I know there's no map, but like, can we just say that he's next to me?
Yeah, that's fine. I assume you both would have like ran to the closest spot of the jungle to hide, so yeah.
Alright. I pop out of the vision from the bird. It only lasts one turn.
Yeah, and you see KJ and the little thing in front of you.
Yeah, I don't care about the dumbass dinosaur at all. I completely ignore that. I will touch myself, but also
I
touch
like this.
Gregor. I'm touching, rubbing both me and you. And I cast
Okay.
invisibility at 3rd, which lets me cast it on one additional person. And I just whisper, I'm like, just try and get back in there and get Kendrick out. I don't know if they can see through this, but let's just try.
You don't wanna let it calm down for a little bit. Let it simmer.
Kendrick is dying. We don't have time.
Okay.
And then I would just run my 30 feet towards the temple. I don't know how far away it is, but
I would say that Lord Wind, as he sees you running that like back towards it, would start like prancing around.
prancing around.
Well, I guess he can't actually see you anyway. Never mind.
Okay.
So he does not prance.
Well, good. I'm glad he's not doing that. Yeah, so I just like invisibility on him and myself, and then run 30 feet towards the temple.
Okay. We'd say you're 30 feet, you're 50 feet away, so you have 20 feet to go the next turn.
To get inside.
Yeah, because like I said, you're about 50 feet away from the entrance. We'll count that as up the stairs as well. So basically at 20 feet, you get like on the map essentially.
Okay.
So Lord Wind goes sprinting back in, and I'm SUV, well, with like 140 feet of movement, he can go anywhere he wants. So he's gonna stand here, kind of look around, and you'll see. I don't think you can't see you Cal up there actually, because you guys are behind the door. And he's gonna look at the different skulls, and then he's going to. Gonna run there and stop.
Is my turn? Cal's turn?
Yeah.
So, I will. Can I take Edric and kind of grab him to the other room?
Like you're behind the door at the moment. Are you trying to? You want to drag? So you're in the other room already. Like you're just.
Okay.
Like the door is open at the moment, but it's just like a crack open, and. But you're on the other side.
Okay, so I will. I'm gonna cast cure wounds at 2nd level. So Edric, you got 14.
All right, yes, you are prone still, but you are awake.
And then that is it.
Okay, Edric. Everything goes blacker than it was before with the sword.
Damn,
but then
that's pretty black.
It's super black. It's the blackest you've ever experienced. Actually, no, you experienced it earlier too when you're fighting the hags. But anyway, yeah, and so you take a breath in again as you come back to life, and you see Cal with his hand glowing, healing you, and your sword is laying on the ground.
Crawl back around the corner, just leaving the sword where it is, and close the door.
Okay. That's your action and some of your movement. Do you do anything else?
No, I, crawled through the door and closed it.
Okay. So this last Flame Skull is going to cast Fireball on Lord Wind. Do his...
Kill him.
I mean, he's freaking expendable. Oh, that's... I don't know why that rolled private for everybody else, but I can see it. That actually passes, so he takes... Did I do the roll on the fireball yet? No. He takes 17 damage.
Okay.
So yeah, he's fine. So yeah, that Flame Skull does its fireball, but he doesn't die. Alright, Gregor, I assume you're going with... You have your action to use, though, so you get further. You can actually get back into the place if you wanted to. You could get... If you use your action to dash, you could get 10 feet into here. So, like, I think I put you, like, right... So you can get right there. Like, right where... There you go. So you have... That's your full movement and your action, and you are invisible. Let me give you a little...
In my perception, do they notice me?
No, they don't seem to notice you. Well, I guess technically you gotta do... because you don't have super special boots that, like, somebody likes to mention all the time.
It's been a while.
I'm just doing that for invisibility, whatever. I can't find the invisibility one. You have to do a stealth check, because then you could still be theoretically heard.
Disadvantage with plate armor.
There's this weird clanking noise coming from the entrance, but I can't see it.
So I have to roll disadvantage, right?
Yeah. Oh god. Alright. So in that case, yeah, when you get into the room, you see, like, the skulls kind of turn towards that direction. They don't seem to be staring directly at you, like they don't seem to be able to see you, but they definitely hear you.
And I think they hear me.
Anything else you're gonna do?
I don't think I can do anything.
Okay, so this flame skull... Of course, now it isn't gonna end well for Wind, but it's okay, at least he ate the fireball. Oh, let's see, this one already did blur, so they're gonna do D4. God, Gregor, why are you attacking him? So 11, which does not... So yeah, then he poofs out of existence. Even with the door closed, you would realize that he just got poofed. And the rest of these guys just sort of float there. They're looking your direction, Gregor, but they don't seem to be like they don't see anything. So, but let's see, this guy. What's the range on this? 60 feet. So you see a ball of flame appear in front of you, but it just floats there.
They're mining.
Oh, actually, well, yeah. So he does do that, but he loses his blur because of it, because it's not a concentration spell. And then 2 more pop up.
Fuck is this?
I'm gonna have to call it after this saving throw.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, go for it. Don't roll a 1.
It is not a 1.
Oh my
Shit.
god.
Luckiest dwarf ever.
Holy crap. Okay, yeah, so you pop up at 1 HP.
And
And
Gulmar.
you got your Gulmar Protect. See, this is because
Gulmar.
because you were so good to KJ.
I hope there's some dinosaur out there just eating him right now.
The dying guy is just eating him.
Gaining his life
I
essence
feel
back.
much better. I hate this nice.
Really, really replenish the life force. I'm bolting out of here.
Hopefully avoiding the flame balls.
Yeah, avoiding the flame balls. Gasp as I rise. Look around me, see the skull still there, and run.
Is that your
Fly the trigger.
full, is that your full
Slam into
movement?
Some invisible guy.
Yeah, I know. Seriously, you actually would.
I don't know. There's some space there.
Do an dexterity saving throw, Gregor.
Gregor, do the thrower at me.
Gregor, you're just running. All right, so you're
Inspiration.
okay. So you're running, and then you hear this like gasp and a bunch of plate armor shifting abruptly next to you, which is kind of a bit surprising. But you don't hit anything, and you're just like, "What the hell is that?"
And mass healing word. And that's it.
And you get 11 HP. Or no, you got what was it? 3 more than that, right?
14.
Yeah, 14. Yeah, we'll see where this goes next session.